What's up, guys? I'm Nathan with the Fantasy Fanatics. I'm here with Spencer. You want to say hello?
What's up?
We've got another video for week one. We are one day away when this video comes out. This comes out on Wednesday. It'll be our wide receiver rankings. We're going to go over the top 30 in our averages. You can find all these and our tiers and much more content on our website, thefffanatics.com. Be sure to follow us on Twitter, the FFFanatics3. It's where we post the majority of our content. We answer questions on there. If you haven't already, subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Fantasy Fanatics. We're just going to alternate, give a quick summary on why we have each player ranked where we do. You want to start on Cooper Kupp?
Yeah. Not much to say. You can go ahead with Justin Jefferson.
So Justin Jefferson, number 2.
Yeah. I mean, that is the clear number one receiver in a good matchup without Tre'Davious White and what could be a shootout. I just don't think there's much, I think he's number one till he proves he's not.
Yeah, I mean, he was number 1 by such a wide margin. Number 2 is Justin Jefferson. Him and Jamar Chase, a lot of people flip back and forth. On our Twitter poll, people voted Justin Jefferson number 1 this week over Cooper Kupp. I found that absolutely shocking, especially against Green Bay. Let's check in real quick and see where they, because I think that is absolutely ridiculous. Let's see where they got.
If you have not joined our Survivor League, we're trying to get as many people we can into that. But let's find right here.
That is insanity. That is crazy. I mean, you're not going to have to face this situation because nobody's going to have Kupp and Jefferson. But the fact that people think Jefferson is the number 1 for week 1, that just blows my mind.
By a wide margin, too.
That blows my mind. Not the best matchup against Green Bay, but he's super talented. I can understand. Spencer's got him at 2. I got him at 3. Flip-flop with Jamar. He's a stud, so not much to say.
Yep, Jamar Chase. I think these are the top 3 unanimous. We were talking about it. You got him. He fell to you. And you had Justin Jefferson 10. And Jamar Chase on the board. You still took Jamar Chase.
Yes.
But, I mean, not a great matchup, but Cincinnati's going to get their points. And Jamar Chase is such a big play threat. There's not much, just not much to say about Jamar Chase at 3.
Number 4, Debo. Great matchup at Chicago. Hopefully he gets the same kind of usage he did last year where he's getting plenty of looks out of the backfield. That's going to only help his fantasy status, get those goal line looks. Chicago, I expect them to get up early, hold Chicago to very little points, and be running the ball. Hopefully they don't get up too big to where Debo doesn't get featured, but set it and forget it, wide receiver 1.
If Debo does not line up at running back this week, I think there's a chance that he is out of the top 20.
I don't know about that. He's still very explosive.
But with the kind of player he is, I think he kind of, relies on that special kind of work. Sure. But he's super good, though. Davante Adams at 5. This is kind of a change of pace from where, I've never seen him ranked outside of 2 last year.
Yeah.
But that's what going from Aaron Rodgers to Derek Carr will do to you. I have him at 6. You have him at 4. He's going up against J.C. Jackson, but it's Davante Adams, so matchup proof. It's just Derek Carr has got to look his way like Aaron Rodgers did.
Yeah, especially around the end zone.
Yeah, I mean, Davante Adams just saw an insane target rate.
Yep. Number 6, Stefon Diggs. Not the best matchup against the Rams on Thursday night, but I expect it to be a high-scoring game. He's going to draw Jalen Ramsey for majority of the game, which is not ideal, but Diggs is a stud. Josh Allen will force him the ball. I expect a lot of points. Spencer's got him at 5. I've got him at 6. You draft him as your wide receiver 1. Set it, forget it. Don't worry about it. He's a stud.
Tyreek Hill at 7. Another player who is not getting used to, seeing him at 7.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what going from the best quarterback in the league to the worst quarterback in the league will do to you. It's we got to see if Tua is going to feed Tyreek Hill like Mahomes did, or I don't think Tua can hit that deep ball to Tyreek Hill like Patrick Mahomes did, because Patrick Mahomes could throw the ball 80 yards and Tua would find the ball, or Tyreek would find the ball. Tua can only reach the ball 40 yards.
He's got a little noodle.
Tyreek will be 70 yards downfield by the time the ball hits the ground. But I could see Tyreek getting dump offs and like short routes and making it work and still be a top 10 receiver.
Yeah, he's just so talented.
It's so fast.
Yes. Mike Evans, we've got him at number 8. Spencer's got him at 8. I've got him at 9. He starts at Dallas to open the season. Likely going to draw Stefon Diggs, who gets plenty of interceptions, but he gets beat deep quite often because he likes to undercut routes. And Mike Evans is, the deep threat there. I could see a long touchdown in the books for Mike Evans, especially in a high-scoring game. But I'm anticipating a high-scoring game, and Mike Evans is going to be Tom Brady's number one option. So
I could see a few touchdowns.
Yeah. I mean, especially when they get down near the goal line. They like to throw him the little fades as well.
9th, we have CeeDee Lamb. This could be, he's in the same game as Mike Evans, but this could be Dak's, only target outside of Dalton Schultz for the first couple of weeks till Michael Gallup gets back. I'm not sure if that hurts or helps CeeDee Lamb with more attention being thrown on him. I do see double teams, but he's so good in such a pass-heavy offense in a game where they might have to keep up.
Yeah, totally agree.
It could be a big week for CD.
Yeah, number 10, we got A.J. Brown. Great matchup at Detroit to start the season. I'm a little higher on him week 1. Spencer's got him at 13. I've got him at 7. Philly's known to be very run-heavy, but I think with A.J. Brown, you have to give him some deep shots, especially next to Devonta Smith and Goddard. He's a, top-tier talent. I could see them beating the brakes off of Detroit, to be honest, and A.J. Brown will likely catch a touchdown.
Yeah, I just don't love his quarterback throwing the ball. I do love Jalen Hurts for fantasy. But I am not a huge believer in Jalen Hurts, the quarterback. That's why I'm a little, I have him around that wide receiver 2 area. I have him high-end wide receiver 2. You have him low-end wide receiver 1.
Yeah.
But next is probably the safest player in fantasy, Keenan Allen. He's going to get you probably 8 to 10 targets every game. Yeah. He's a catch monster. He just doesn't provide that touchdown production like some of these guys do.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, he's just such a safe, wide receiver, high-end wide receiver 2, low-end wide receiver 1 play. Especially in PPR.
Completely agree. Oh, yeah, for sure. Number 12, T. Higgins often gets overlooked because of Jamar Chase. T. Higgins is super talented. They come up against Pittsburgh, which is not ideal. But like you were talking about with Jamar, they're going to score plenty of points. T. Higgins I think he's more of the 1B to 1A with Jamar, not necessarily the second receiver. Jamar's maybe just a bigger play kind of guy. I see him getting plenty of looks, potentially finding the end zone. The only thing is the matchup, but I think the Bengals wide receivers are almost matchup proof, to be honest.
Yeah, if there was a matchup that could hurt them, it could be the Pittsburgh defensive line against the Bengals offensive line.
Yes.
It could be quick passes to Jamar Chase the whole game.
They did improve their line, though, so hopefully that comes to fruition.
Yep. DJ Moore against Cleveland could be a huge Baker Mayfield game, and that's what I'm kind of counting on with DJ Moore at 11. You have him at 15. I have him right around that wide receiver 2, wide receiver 1 play. He's so good. I expect to see more touchdowns than we saw last year with a quarterback upgrade. Probably one of the most underrated receivers in the league, to be honest with you.
I agree. And always produces.
Is he the best Maryland receiver in the league?
Yes.
Behind Stefon or above Stefon?
Above Stefon Diggs.
Say, I agree. No, I'm just kidding. But DJ Moore is not in a great offense. But I do see more touchdowns than we saw last year.
Yep. I've got him as a high-end wide receiver 2. Right above him, I have Mike Evans. Spencer's got him Mike Williams, just a few spots below. He's our number 14 receiver. Starts the season at home against Vegas. Mike Williams, super talented, very good deep ball guy. Justin Herbert's got a cannon of an arm, stronger than Josh Allen. Loves to throw deep. And Mike Williams makes some crazy catches. There's always the injury concern, but as long as he stays healthy, I think he's a set it and forget it kind of guy.
Yep. Michael Pittman, this is our biggest difference in our rankings so far. In any position. You have him at 11 as a wide receiver 1. I have him at 19 as closer to almost a flex play. So a huge difference. I'm assuming you love the matchup. I'm just kind of, are we going to see Matt Ryan that we saw like last year? Like he didn't look great last year, but he still supported one of the best rookie tight end seasons of all time.
Yeah, I think that was because of his offensive line.
I just see Jonathan Taylor stealing every single offensive play for this team.
Okay.
But I mean, and I think Michael Pittman's becoming a little bit overrated. He hasn't really showed that he is that alpha wide receiver one just yet.
Okay. 16, we have Courtland Sutton. Easiest matchup of his career. Starts out Monday night in Seattle. I'm expecting, 150 and maybe 3 or 4 tuds. I've got him as a wide receiver 2 play this week. Him and Jerry Jeudy and the whole Broncos offense should put up about 60 points. He's going to get his. I think it's going to be a bloodbath. Can't wait to tune in and see my Hawks get absolutely murdered. Who do you have at 17, Spencer?
Terry McLaurin. In a really good matchup, I have him as an wide receiver 2. You have him about as a flex play almost. Is Carson Wentz an upgrade? I think so, but
Maybe.
How much of an upgrade? Terry McLaurin is stupid talented.
Yeah,
but always has the worst fantasy situation. I don't think it's a guarantee that he scores over 6 touchdowns this year. I don't even think it's a guarantee that he goes over 1,000 yards. But I mean, if he had like any of these quarterbacks above, like besides Baker Mayfield, I mean, he could be around that 10, 12 area.
Yeah, totally agree. Super talented, just, kind of wasting his talent.
Yep.
18, my ride or die this year, Allen Robinson, going from Chicago to the Rams. Massive upgrade at quarterback, massive upgrade in offense. I think he's going to be, I think he could end up as a low-end wide receiver 1. I made sure to get him in all my drafts that I could. They start out at home against Buffalo. Spencer's got him at 21. I've got him at 18. Safe. It's a safe ranking to start. I think he's got to show that he is, still that dog from Jacksonville in his early days at Chicago. If you got him, I think you're going to really, really enjoy him this year.
You'll know something interesting. He is younger than Cooper Kupp is. People act like he's some washed, old wide receiver.
I'm guessing he's 29.
Yeah, he's like 28 or 29.
Yeah, because he's been in the league a while, but he came in when he was like 20, I think.
He does have some wear and tear, but he's also like really, really good. And this is
dude's an animal. Yeah,
the best position he's ever been in.
Yeah,
so he could absolutely flourish. Marquise Brown at 19. I know you don't love Marquise Brown, but I think it is a decent matchup in what could be a shootout. Could be the number 1 target on a big time offense. Until Hopkins gets back, I could see Marquise Brown sitting in this area, maybe even moving up a little bit.
Yeah.
Big,
very good deep threat guy. I've got him at 22. I think he's more of a flex play, but you're banking on the long touchdown, I think.
Yep. So who do you have next?
Number 20 is Deontay Johnson. He starts at Cincinnati. I'm not very thrilled with his quarterback situation. I don't really like Mitch. I just don't think he's that good. Spencer's got him at 16. I've got him at 24. Very talented receiver, great route runner. Has, gets a case of the drops here and there, but you can't deny the talent. You're banking on a high-scoring game with Cincy, and hopefully they have to throw his way a lot.
Yep, I have him at 16. You have him at 24, and the next one I have at 24. You have him at 16.
Mm-hmm.
Brandon Cooks. I just this is one of the most questionable rankings that I've seen from you. I don't love the situation. I don't love the matchup. He's a great player, but I could see a legit 3 catches for 50 yards this game.
I think it'll be better than that. Who else are they going to throw to? And I think Davis Mills is a little better than people give him credit for. Brandon Cooks always produces every single year. No one talks about him. I think he's a wide receiver 2 play starting out at home against Indy. And hopefully Dameon Pierce will help out. Hopefully that'll draw some attention away from him. So that's my reasoning for having him up there.
Yep.
22, Gabe Davis. Your absolute man crush. Word has it you have a fat head of him in your shower. I have him at 20. You have him at 23. He starts off at the Rams. He shouldn't be getting much of Jalen Ramsey, which should favor him. And I expect this to be a high-scoring game. So Gabe Davis, wide receiver, 2 play, flex play around there. I think he's safe. I could see him finding the end zone.
Yeah, we'll be wearing his jersey on Thursday. Uh, he, I think he legit has potential to move it to the top 15 this year. I think he is so stupid good in a explosive offense. I'm trying to keep the bias out, but I just can't. I love Gabriel Davis, kind of like you love DK Metcalf. I just think Gabe Davis is an insane player, and with Diggs being covered by Ramsey, this could be a massive game for him.
Yeah.
But who do we have at 23? Or I am at 23.
Correct.
Michael Thomas. Don't love the matchup against AJ Terrell. I think he also is a player who has to work his way back, who hasn't played football in almost 2 years. But Jameis Winston, if Jameis Winston goes out there and we see Tampa Bay Jameis Winston, I mean, this could be a borderline wide receiver 1. I just need to see it first in what could really be a tough matchup.
Yeah, you think the Saints are going to be able to move the ball well? It just might be Michael Thomas individually might not have the most success.
Yeah, AJ Terrell is such a good corner.
Yeah, totally agree. Very high potential there with Michael Thomas. 24, Jalen Waddle, the new wide receiver 2 behind Tyreek. He's got to get used to that, but that should help him because normally he operates out of the slot. He's got New England. J.C. Jackson should be – not J.C. Jackson. My mind's blanking.
I can't help you out here. My mind's blanking even more.
I can't remember his name, but the New England cornerback 1 will be on Tyreek, so that should help Jalen Waddle out. I mean, he's so explosive. I've got him as more of a flex play as the Spencer. I think New England's got a great defense, but it wouldn't surprise me if Waddle gets more looks than Tyreek because Tyreek's going to be the focal point of every defense they play.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Our biggest difference in the rankings, surprise to no one. DK Metcalf, I have him at 29. You have him at 19. I'm guessing your reasoning is they're going to be throwing the ball a crap ton.
Yeah, they're going to get down. They got to throw, and DK is the best receiver in football. No, I'm kidding. But he's the main guy in Seattle, so they have to use him. Geno likes him. In practice, Geno will single out drills with DK. So I think that should help. That should only help his fantasy value.
I would move him up if Drew Lock came in. I do not like Geno Smith.
Wow. I think Drew Lock's horrible.
I am not a Geno Smith fan. But at 26, who do we have?
26, we've got Darnell Mooney. They start out at home against San Fran. Horrible matchup. He's the only guy in the passing game. I just don't think they're going to be able to move the ball against the Niners. I've got him at 28. Spencer has him at 22. I just don't think it's a very good idea. Very good play. You probably draft him as your wide receiver 2 or 3, so you may be forced to play him.
Yeah.
Not great.
They're going to be down, I think, a lot. So that's the only reason I have him, a little bit higher than you do. But is Jerry Jeudy going to be the guy for Russell Wilson? That's the big question. I don't think so. I think it'll be Courtland Sutton, but that doesn't mean that Jerry Jeudy can be, Russell Wilson's new Tyler Lockett. Could be his touchdown guy. I see Courtland Sutton being more the touchdown guy, Jeudy being more the 7 catches for 80 yards guy. A lot of people forget how good Jerry Jeudy was coming out.
Yep.
And how bad of a situation he's been in the past couple of years.
Yeah, totally agree. Cakewalk of a matchup. 28, Juju Smith-Schuster, new wide receiver 1 in Kansas City. He's going to be deferring looks to Kelsey. They start out at Arizona. We both got him as more of a flex play. I think he's got super high upside. Should be getting fed from Patrick Mahomes. He's coming off a minor injury. Hopefully he's fine. If he is, I wouldn't mind throwing him in the flex and seeing what happens. I think he's got a lot of potential.
Yep. Amari Cooper, in probably the worst position a wide receivers could be in this year. Jacoby Brissett throwing on the ball, Kareem Hunt, Nick Chubb, demanding the ball out of the backfield. I am at 33. You have him at 27. I have him as a bottom tier flex play.
Yeah, I agree. I think you should have somebody in the 12 or 10 or 12 team league. You should have somebody you can play over him.
Yeah, maybe if you're waiting for J.K. Dobbins to come back or somebody like that, or who's another player who might not play week 1? I'm not sure. Maybe if you're just waiting, on somebody to come back and you just got to fill somebody in. Amari Cooper's not a bad option, but he's just do not love him for the season.
He should be getting like all the looks though in the passing game, which may help him.
Yeah.
Who else do they have? Anthony
Yeah.
Schwartz. Lastly, we have Amon-Ra St. Brown coming in at our 30 spot. He's a flex play this week. First Philadelphia. I expect Philly to get up big, so that may help Amon-Ra. And he should be the wide receiver 1. He's got much more competition, especially when everybody gets healthy with Chark, with Jameson Williams, Hawkinson, and DeAndre Swift. I think he's super talented. I think he's more of just, a slant guy, very short yardage route runner. And I just don't think that's going to cut it against Philly. So that's why I got him at kind of the bottom end of a flex play.
Yep. The third target and not a great offense against an okay defense. So
yeah,
could be a bad matchup, but that will be it. Check out the Twitter, the FF Fanatics 3, our website, the fffanatics.com, where you could check out all of our rankings, season-long tiers, articles that we will be publishing through the season. Last year, we did mostly live streams on the YouTube channel. That will be changing. We will do weekly videos plus live streams. Much more YouTube content coming up from us this year. And I am pumped. Tomorrow is football.
We're so close. I'm ready. It's going to be crazy.
I am ready. But that will be it for today. Make sure you check out our videos prior about our rankings. And tomorrow, football, tight end rankings. I'm ready.
Let's get it.